going, guys? Welcome to this video. Please like and subscribe. Today I'll be doing a tier list video. I have a special guest here today.
And also, don't forget to leave a comment if you feel differently about these rankings.
Yes. So we're going to start off with the Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers will a 1 seed in the Eastern Conference next year. So I think they're an A-tier team. I do think that they do need to trade Ben Simmons so they can get some prospects and more pieces for them. Washington.
I agree. Next one is Washington. So I feel they should be in the B rank because they weren't doing good this year. But they weren't doing good this year. But other years they were pretty good. So I give them maybe a C.
I think I agree with my friend Brandon. I do think it's a C-tier team. They recently traded Russell Westbrook for Kyle Kuzma, couple picks, and KCP. They also still have Bradley Beal, a nice point guard that they need to build around. I do think they need to sign a free agent next year so they will become better.
Now we are going to do Atlanta. I feel like they should be in the B tier because last year they were pretty good, but right now, since you traded a few players, the perspective isn't as good as the 79ers.
They are a B tier team. They do have Trae Young as one of the best top 5 point guard in the league. I really like Trae Young. I think he's a great young player. They just need to build around Trae Young and Clint Capella. I can easily see them making the second round of the playoffs this year. I do think they're like a 4 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Cleveland Cavaliers are a C-tier team. They're right behind Washington. I do think that Washington, Cleveland, and the Toronto Raptors are all going to be in like the same type of hunt for the the 6th spot to like the 9th or 10th spot. I do think you can easily slot the Indiana Pacers in there.
Now we are going to do Detroit.
The Detroit Pistons are easily a D-tier team. They did draft Cade Cunningham first overall in the draft this year. I do think he's a nice piece with Jeremy Grant. And the Detroit Pistons, there's just not much other than Cade Cunningham. I do think Cade Cunningham was the best player in this draft, so maybe they can build around him and get some more new pieces in the next upcoming free agents and trades.
Next one, we're going to do Indiana Pacers.
The Indiana Pacers are also a C-tier team. I do think that they're in the middle of Washington and Indiana. Cleveland. I do think the Pacers and Washington and the Raptors are all about the same level or the same type of area of the standings. I do think it's going to be a very tight race for the play-in spots, but I do think the Wizards, the Raptors, the Pacers, and the Cleveland Cavaliers are all going to be in the play-in tournament this year. The Milwaukee Bucks is an S-tier team. They're easily the top 4 teams in the league. Giannis Antetokounmpo with Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, their core 3. They also have some new pieces like their center Brook Lopez. He's a great center, and I do think that the Milwaukee Bucks are 1 or 2 seed in the Eastern Conference next year. The Toronto Raptors.
I agree with my friend because these past 5 years, they've been winning all kinds of trophies. And these past 3 years, they were the kings of the West or East. I can't remember. So, yeah.
Yeah, also they just came up of winning NBA Finals. Giannis is easily a top 3 player with Stephen Curry, LeBron, and Giannis. I think that's the top 3 players in the league. The Toronto Raptors are a B-tier team. I do think they're behind Atlanta. They did get They did draft Scotty Barnes, 4th overall this draft. They still have Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby. Kyle Lowry did get traded to the Miami Heat, so he's no longer a Toronto Raptor. They still have Pascal Siakam. They signed they signed a center to extension. I forgot his name, but he played really good for the Toronto Raptors. The Dallas is A-tier team. They are behind the yeah. I do think the Philadelphia 76ers are a little bit better than them because they have Joel Embiid. I do think Ben Simmons will get traded, but they're probably going to get good players from them. Minnesota has been interested in making a Ben Simmons trade. The Raptors at one time were interested at Ben Simmons. Also, the Sacramento Kings were interested in Ben Simmons. The Denver Nuggets are also an A-tier team. You can't forget about Nikola Jokic. I do think he's a top 5 player with Luka Doncic, which is from the Dallas Mavericks. They did have Jamal Murray out for most of the playoffs, so that's why they were eliminated in the second round. Next team,
the Memphis Grizzlies.
The Memphis Grizzlies is a B-tier team. They are in front of the Raptors and Atlanta Hawks. They have Ja Morant. They recently traded Jonas Valanciunas for some nice pieces. Memphis is easily a bottom. It's easily a 6 or 7 seed in the Western Conference. I do think that since the San Antonio Spurs do not have the DeMar, they will not be in the play-in tournament. So maybe they can jump a couple spots. And if Sacramento trades away Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley, I don't think they will be in the play-in tournament hunt. So there's a big open door for Memphis, and I can easily see them as a playoff team next season. The Minnesota Timberwolves are a C-tier team currently. They do have Carmelo Anthony Towns. He is a wonderful center. He's a top 3. He recently lost his mother due to COVID, so it's been a tough struggle for the young center. He did make one All-Star appearance, and also for Minnesota, I said this early in the video, but they're interested in Ben Simmons. I do think this trade will happen in the next couple weeks. I don't know who are they going to trade away. I don't think they'll be trading Carmelo Anthony Towns, but it's a very interesting rumor. The San Antonio Spurs
C-tier
team. There's not much to talk about for the San Antonio Spurs. They got rid of DeMar DeRozan due to free agent this year. I do think they should have traded him so they can get some more pieces back from DeMar DeRozan. And other than DeJounte Murray, there's nothing really that sparks about the San Antonio Spurs. So I do see them as a 11th-10th seed in the Western Conference this year. The Utah Jazz is a B-tier team. I don't know if that's a little low. It's either B-tier or low-end A-tier team. They have really good center in Rudy Gobert, first defensive team this year. They also do have Donovan Mitchell, one of the best shooting guards in the game currently. They are easily a 4th or 5th seed in the West. I do think them and the Clippers will be in that 4th, 5th, 3rd seed all season battling with the Portland Trailblazers because they have Damian Lillard, Nurkic, and CJ McCollum. The Clippers are an A-tier team too. I do think they're in front of Dallas because they currently re-signed Kawhi Leonard. They still have Paul George, and some nice pieces. The Phoenix Suns is an S-tier team. They were just in the finals. They re-signed Chris Paul to a 4-year deal. Um, they still have Ben Simmons, and I think one of DeAndre Ayton, top 5 center in the game.
And that's going to be all for the video, guys. As noted in...
He's joking. The Portland Trail Blazers is next. I think they're a B tier team, just in front of Utah Jazz. They do have some nice pieces with Damian Lillard, easily a top 3 point guard in the game. They do have CJ McCollum and also some nice pieces. The Sacramento Kings are a C tier jersey. A C tier team. I'm gonna blaze through these to you now. The New York Knicks are a B tier team. I do think they're right in front of the Raptors. I do think they're a 5 or 6 seed in the East this year. They're just above the play-in tournament stage. The New Orleans Pelicans are a C team, but a very high-end C team. They have Zion Williamson. Now they have Jonas Valanciunas. They lost away Lonzo Ball due to free agency this year, and they are easily a C tier team. I think they do make the play-in tournament. The Charlotte Hornets is also another C tier team. I do think they're right in front of San Antonio Spurs. They do have some great pieces that can help them during the season. They do have LaMelo Ball, one of the best young stars in the game. They do have they re-signed I think it was Devontae Graham to a 4-year extension yesterday. The Houston Rockets is a D tier team. They did draft Jalen Green 2nd overall this year. They do have John Wall, but other than that, their team is not really good. The Miami Heat is a B tier team. Are they in front of Atlanta or not? I do think they're in front of Atlanta because they next team, the Chicago Bulls, are a A-tier team. I'm ranking them high just because of their team. They have one of the best easy top 5 starters in the team. All they need is a good power forward, and the Chicago Bulls are going to be incredible. They have Lonzo Ball. Now they have DeMar DeRozan. I can't forget who else did they have. I'll look it up after this video. But they do have now a good core 3 with Zach LaVine. They do have a good center, and the Chicago Bulls are going to be really scary next year. I do think they're like a 4 or 5 seed in the East, but I do think it's a guaranteed playoff. The Brooklyn Nets is an S tier team. They do have their big 3 with Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. I think they re-signed Blake Griffin, is a great power forward. They have a lot of money to work with this team. They do also have a nice power forward. So the Brooklyn Nets are always a scary team. The OKC Thunder is a C tier team. They're going to be right in front of Sacramento Kings. They have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They also have, I think they have, what's his name? It's a Canadian, which is really good. Last season, Luke Dort. He's a great player, and it's a good small forward shooting guard for that team. Golden State Warriors is next. They have Stephen Curry. They have a great team. They are an A team, just ahead of the Clippers. They still have Andrew Wiggins. They have Klay Thompson, James Wiseman. They have a great team. I do think there is a possible Ben Simmons trade, but I do think that has to be trading away Andrew Wiggins. Boston Celtics is a C-tier team right in front of Utah. The Lakers are an S-tier team. Sorry about that. The Lakers are an S-tier team. I'm just going to sort this out. I think it's Lakers, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Phoenix. I do think that the S-tier teams have a great squad, a whole bunch of all-stars in it, and the Orlando Magic is going to be a C-tier team. The Orlando Magic is really interesting. They have not a lot of pieces, but they're always in that 11-10 spot in the East. They did drop off this year. They still have DJ Augustine.
Oh, hey guys, I'm back. Also, we're gonna end the video right here, but also, as we noted at the beginning of this video, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, turn on those notifications, and comment if you think we could change up these rankings.
Anyways, guys, that ends this video. EVR Sports out.